Welcome to the Pointy End. I'm Keith Sutherland. Today my guest is Mr. Aussie Jones, the new coach of Bendigo Gold. Welcome.
Thanks, Keith.
Great to see you in Bendigo, and as a former St Kilda player, very exciting times. And as a passionate St Kilda supporter, it's great to have you in Bendigo.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Family's moved up. We've been up about 5 or 6 weeks now. For me, with such a big role up here with the footy club, had to relocate. It's a big move for us, but my wife's enjoying it, which means I'm enjoying it. You know what it's like. As long as you're happy at home, you're happy all over the place.
Happy wife, happy life,
yeah,
as
that's
they
right,
say.
Yes.
I'll touch just on your St Kilda playing days, and then we'll come on to the future of the Bendigo Gold, of course. You played 226 games with St Kilda, wing, half-back, flank, 127 goals, All-Australian in 97 and 2004, minor premiership in 1997. You talked about at the Bendigo Gold pre-grand final function about losing the 97 grand final, and I can relate to that very well because you were turning 21 the day after the 97 grand final. It was my birthday on that day, and I was really expecting that St Kilda were going to have a win. Just tell us the letdown, and we've seen a couple of letdowns for St Kilda ever since, but just tell us how you felt as a young bloke, 20-year-old, turning 21 the next day.
Yeah, it was actually a little bit of a strange feeling when we lost the 97 grand final. I was 20, as you said. The future of the footy club looked bright. I was playing okay footy, and to be honest, I thought, well, that's okay. We lost today, we'll win next year. Probably being a little bit of an arrogant young man and not quite understanding how hard AFL premierships are to win. It probably didn't hit me quite as hard until about 4 or 5 years later, when St Kilda were at the bottom end of the ladder. We were really struggling, weren't getting many wins, and then I look back to the 97 opportunity as one that we really lost. Obviously, since I've retired, they've missed another couple of opportunities, but I'm a realist with footy. They are really hard to win, AFL premierships, and for me, St Kilda's had the opportunities. I've got some mates that play for Richmond, Melbourne, and they're going through a much tougher time than St Kilda supporters. So, for me personally, I just looked at it completely the wrong way, and to be honest, I probably took my foot off the pedal with my own footy a little bit, thinking it was going to be as easy as it was in 97.
You retired at 29, which is a young age for footballers these days, and you had 1 year to go on your contract. And I know, listening to you last week, you said you're sort of burnt out from footy, and 29 is young. You didn't reconsider after you did retire from the football game?
No, and I think that's probably what made the decision at the time right, that 7 years later, I've never regretted it. I've never reconsidered going back to AFL footy in any form, even as a coach. It's a fantastic environment. My 11 years at St Kilda were the best part of my life, but I was just done at that level. It was a part of my life that I'd done. I do see it as the past now. So, a year to go on the contract. I mean, the thing that I was proud of is St Kilda Footy Club did a lot for me, and I didn't ask for a payout or anything like that. I just left on good terms. I'm a life member of the footy club, and that's how I wanted to be. I just felt at the end of 2005, with how physically and mentally burnt out I was, that there were some young guys there that were going to come in and fill my place quite easily, which they did. Jason Graham played some good footy there for a bit, and Sam Fisher's obviously become a star of the game. And I didn't want to hold these guys back when I knew that I wasn't going to be able to apply myself and be as professional as they were.
No, that's fair enough, and it's great to see in this day and age of professional sport that money doesn't play a big part. So great to hear that. Moving on from there, you were playing coach at Narre Warren Magpies and had a fair bit of success there.
Yeah, when I finished at AFL level, I'd always made a pact with a mate that we'd play some footy together. My home club, Beaconsfield, I interviewed with them and basically wanted to coach Beaconsfield, but a pact that I'd made over a long time, I was going to stick to it. So I asked my mate, who was the games record holder at Narre Warren, if he'd come across to Beaconsfield. He didn't, because they were in the same league and he didn't want to play against his old club. So I ended up coaching Narre Warren, played in a couple of premierships with my best mate, the guy who was best man at my wedding, and vice versa. And as much as the experience at St Kilda was brilliant, when the final siren goes and you're a premiership player at any level, that's as good a feeling as you can get in footy. And I happened to be playing on a half-back flank. My mate was playing centre-half-back, and we hugged for quite a long time, Keith. It was a very enjoyable experience, and we backed it up in 2007. And I look back at my time at Narre Warren, it was only a couple of years, but as enjoyable as footy as I had, especially being alongside a great mate.
Oh, that's good. And must have been doing too many man hugs at the moment because you've got that cold to go with it. Now, fast forward to Bendigo. gold, and I think it's fantastic that we've got someone that's moved to town, being part of the community. It's obviously a very big job because now that we don't have the alliance with the Bombers,
Yep.
you've got to start from scratch pretty much, get a playing list. How do you do that?
It is a big job. I've been basically started part-time from the 1st of June, so I was able to manage some commitments in Melbourne and travel up to start basically researching players in the area and outside the area. I've looked far and wide to try and get some players that are keen to play VFL footy. And the positive with us being a non-aligned side, a standalone club, is that we've got opportunities, 22 opportunities for guys that want to play VFL footy every week. For me, that's a real plus. We don't get dictated to by an AFL club. We can run the show. So in terms of building the list in our club, that's a big job in itself. But for me personally, the reason for the relocation is that it's such a big job and important to embrace the community. We need to be seen as a really positive organisation within Bendigo, and that's one thing that I've challenged all the coaches that have come on board, all the players that sign, that we'll actually be giving back to the community. We don't want to be seen as a footy club that just take, or just play footy. We actually want to be someone in the community that's respected for the extra work we do as well.
And that's great that you are embracing community, because Bendigo has embraced the football team.
Yep.
It's great that we are giving opportunities to young people to come through. The hard part, of course, is that the young people that are coming to play football with you have great ambitions to going to AFL, that next level up, but at least you're giving them that start, and I think that's the critical part for these young players.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the Pioneers is obviously the pathway that's been around for a long time, and we actually want to continue that pathway. There's a lot of players these days that don't get drafted at 18, but will develop and come on in time. So that's what we want to do. We want to give guys the opportunity that will mature when they're 19 through to 23 to play VFL footy, not give up on their dream. And again, I've challenged the coaches to make sure we get the most out of these young guys. For someone, we've got their future in our hands, and we want to make sure we give them every opportunity.
No, that's good. You mentioned about the community. You're already part of that and evolving even further from that. But the sponsors, without sponsors, football clubs just don't happen, because you can only have so many chook raffles and auctions and all sorts of things, but sponsors are the major lifeblood of the footy club. How is that going at this point?
Yeah, well, my time of coming into the footy club, the sponsorship's pretty good. Obviously, the Bendigo Bank's a huge supporter of everything in Bendigo, and that includes us. They've been a fantastic sponsor over a period of time. We do all our gym work at Fit Republic, which is a really quality setup, and they look after there. You can probably see a couple of the other.
I can see your muscles there, actually.
Yeah. A couple of the other sponsors there, but to be brutally honest, we actually need more sponsors to come on board. We need to be able to resource our footy club not only with coaches, so that we can get the best coaches that can help these kids out, but with footies, gym, weights, all this sort of stuff. Perhaps a new social facility would be absolutely fantastic if there's a social sponsor out there that wants to kick in one of those for us. But we're always chasing sponsorship, and we're at the stage now, without having Essendon there, which obviously supported us a lot, we need to go out and grow our own organisation. So we are looking for sponsors. There's some great opportunities for the upcoming season with sponsorship, and anyone who's interested can contact the footy club. And
the media are obviously been very supportive of you as well, because that needs to be there to promote your product, and you've got a great product. And now that you're here, you can be a focal point, and as an ex-AFL player. So it's really fantastic, but you do need that level of support. Yeah, I'm really trying to embrace the media. Obviously, the varying outlets that are in Bendigo, we want them on board. I've done some stuff with 3BO. Obviously, Southern Cross will ramp up once we get to the football season. The two papers, the Addy and the Weekly, we're more than happy to give as much information as we can. For me personally, reading the local papers, it's great to have big footy stories in there, but it's obviously good for our footy club too, for the coverage that we can get. And also, of course, IPTV. Of course, IPTV. Yeah, that's right. Aussie, I do wish you well for the future. I know that you're putting your heart and soul into Bendigo. We appreciate that. It is a big job, and hopefully if you can get some more sponsors on board, it can only enhance your footy club. So good luck for the 2013 season, and we wish you every success. Thanks, Keith.